What is up, everybody? Solomon here. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic Monday. All right, I wanted to hop right into this because I have been away for a few days and I've been pretty busy doing some deep dives into some different things here. So first and foremost, I know I saw this on Twitter today, the Great Reset trending on Twitter over the past weekend. This is nothing new. This trend is obviously starting to spike now. But that's what always happens. The larger organizations across the world, the people who make the decisions that we all have to abide by and follow, and the repercussions that we need to deal with, have been talking about the Great Reset for quite some time now. World Economic Forum talking about the Great Reset in July here. Just for some context, I mean, this is very much so technological as far as how this is going to be enacted across the board. Not even trying to get based into conspiracy or anything here, but blockchain, artificial intelligence, robotics, biometrics, Internet of Things, all of these things tie into this. Regardless of what your political beliefs are, I think we can all agree that this year, more than any year ever, we have been forced to isolate for obvious reasons. And that, has some repercussions and some cascade effects to it as far as digitization is concerned. I mean, I would probably be right. I'm not even going to research it that to think that we're all probably on our phones. If we're locked down, most of us are probably still on our phones, on our computers, way more than we normally are. There's not as much face-to-face interaction. If we were to think that that's just from a social standpoint, we are completely mistaken. Obviously, there's initiatives going on across the board with finance as well. And this ties into this quote-unquote Great Reset. Interestingly enough, we've heard the new normal verbiage this year. I presented about this earlier, but the new normal verbiage is not new. This is older verbiage that started in like 2017, 2018, and it was based solely on finance, the new normal in finance, and it ties in with blockchain, etc. We can see the World Economic Forum. There was also the International Monetary Fund. There are a ton of organizations talking about, quote unquote, the new normal, the new digital normal as far as finance was concerned, way before we had, obviously, the horrible thing that's happened to us this year. So think what you want about it. Okay, now, I do want to say a little bit of a disclaimer before I get into the rest of this video. I am still going to be presenting about XRP and Ripple, obviously. My long-term bags are 100% packed. I believe in XRP. I believe that Ripple, the company, is doing fantastic things. I have other diversified assets in the digital asset space as well that I believe in as far as long-term holdings are concerned. One of them does happen to be Quant. I do hold Quant, and we can see here, I believe Quant just surpassed all-time high. I think it just went on to Bitrue, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, XRP Quant pair on Bitrue. Here's what I want to say, though, as a major disclaimer to this, okay? Quant's sitting at like 17, and if I refresh this, I'm sure it's different. $16.67 right now, right? And all-time high previously was right around $14.18, right? I would not recommend anybody buying at all-time high. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the price is not going to go up further. Maybe it will. I'm not looking for assets, and I hold Quant. I think I bought Quant back here like probably November or December of last year, like right around $2, $2 or $3. Yeah, I'm not looking for like, so I did a video a couple days ago that I'm going to be researching other assets, and I am. And I look at them right now almost as like very extremely high risk, and I'm posting them to Patreon. I'm still not trying to tell people on Patreon that subscribe as patrons that that's investment advice. I am looking for certain things from these assets. And number one, I'm not looking for something that's up here right now at $17. I'm looking at something that's, probably down in like this area right here as far as volume is concerned. And I'm looking for something that has a consistent leg up. We can see with Quant, at least from the coin market cap, there wasn't an initial dump. I would have to look at other charts to make sure that that's the case. But I've been looking for digital assets that have consistent volume, like growth and volume. if you look all the way back, like all the way back, August 18th, 2018, Quant was only 26 cents. And now Quant is like right now $16.67. You do the math on that, how much money you could have made. But 21 cents, $5,000 worth of volume, that's nothing. I'm not even looking for $5,000 worth of volume. That's like crazy low. But you start getting into like 1,700 or 717,000, and you start getting up into the millions here. And there's continued growth. We can see 2.6, 2.7 million. Continued growth, even as it starts cascading downwards a little bit. It doesn't really dip below over $1 million in volume, and then obviously with the peaks at what was it like, probably close to $20 million in volume. Yeah, 21 million in volume, close to when it hit all-time high. I'm sure the volumes are going to start getting higher again with Quant as well. More volume doesn't mean a price increase, but to me, it means more liquidity on the network. When I'm looking at new digital assets, that I am 100% stating that they are like extremely high risk, like almost like home run moonshots. I would not ever trade out of an asset that I'm already in. My long-term bags, as far as like XRP and some other digital assets, are 100% packed. I do not invest from the assets that I consider long-term into new assets that are like extremely high risk, because everything's risky in this space. But I'm also not looking for something that's at all-time high, personally. I personally wouldn't be buying Quant right here. That is completely your opinion. It's on Bitrue. If you want to pump it higher, pump it higher. But it can only go so far before it corrects. Everything corrects down. I'm looking for things that hopefully are like somewhere around, here, as far as Quant's life cycle, or maybe even like here, something that's just hit all-time high. And from what I've seen trend-wise, just looking at it, usually these are correlated to like Bitcoin's price. If something hits all-time high and consolidates again, it's retesting support, retesting prior resistance as support. There's a potential for it to grow if we see volume steadily growing, etc. So that's what I'm trying to look for on Patreon. I presented a couple of those coins that I've found. Again, extremely high risk. This is one of them. This is Keeper 3 version 1. And, again, not advocating for this. I did invest in this a little bit today, but like an extremely, extremely small amount of money. But what's interesting about this, obviously, we can see CoinMarketCap just recognized it as of October 28th. So it's extremely new. The other thing is that one of the lead DevOps of this project, and if we go to the website here and then we actually go to learn a little bit more about it, is one of the heads of Urine Finance. Let me look it up real quick here. And we all know exactly what Urine Finance did. It's Andre, I'm probably going to pronounce his name wrong, but Cronje. And this is AMB Crypto. This is 2 weeks ago. This is his new project, Keeper 3 R. And, this is one of the projects. This is an extremely high-risk project, in my opinion. But we can see right here, the circulating supply, 200,000. Total supply 200,001. So the circulating supply matches the total supply already. Market cap's at 27 million bucks. Volume's at 8 million bucks, which is decently healthy, right? And it just released. Now, a lot of the tokens I've been looking into have not even been in the top 200. I'm looking like 300 to like 2K and 2,000th, like as far as market cap is concerned, which is extremely risky, right? So I would never advocate somebody to invest anything that they're not willing to 100% lose. However, there is potential with some of these projects. The other project, let me see if I can find it here. This Luxo project, and I think I presented like 10. These are 2 that I presented on Patreon. I really don't care if you think I'm shilling myself. This took me, I would say from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I probably spent maybe like 12 or 13 hours going through like 2,000 digital assets for the first sweep. I've got to go through them completely again and start over with different metrics, and hopefully maybe find a couple more. which I'm sure I will. There's tons of them out there, but what I'm saying is you do need to look for certain things here. I mean, this project, even at 22 cents back in July, still had $260,000 worth of volume going through it. Market cap was only $655,000. So like a third of its entire market cap was in volume, right? Which is good. What you don't want to see is something that has like $655,000 market cap with like $2,000 worth of volume running through it. Now these do dip and stuff like that. I'm sure this dipped down into the hundreds at some point, maybe. But you know, this is kept up pretty strong here. So I'm curious to see where this goes. Now, this Luxo project was interesting to me, and again, it's one of the things that I shared today on Patreon. Actually, I don't even hold any of this coin. I forget what it's on right now. Hold on one second. Qcoin. So, and I know Qcoin just had the hack like probably a few months ago. I believe they did at least. But this project was interesting to me because the team was very interesting. If you go to about Luxo, the blockchain for new and the advisors, which are like crazy advisors for new digital lifestyle, is created by former Ethereum developer Fabian Vogelsteller, author of ERC20 and Web3.js, both of which are the foundation for today's DeFi protocols. Together with brand architect Marjorie Hernandez, he is building the platform for the next wave of mainstream blockchain applications. So this dude was like one of the bigwigs, the DevOps at Ethereum back in the day. But I didn't even really care about who he was until I got down into the advisors here. This is Daniel Haith, their advisors for Luxo, vice president of digital at Nike. Chanel, president of Europe, as an advisor. Burberry, which we all know is a big organization, vice president of digital technology. We go down a little bit further here. Energy Web, Dr. Anna Trebovic, Ethereum Foundation lead core developer as an advisor. We can go down even further here. Instagram, head of strategic partnerships, EMEA. I mean, the advisors are very interesting to me here. And this is also, you know, this is more so about like a digital platform as far as like fashion and all this other crap is concerned, you know, which I could care less about. But, you know, Luxo is a blockchain infrastructure providing a series of standards and solutions for physical and digital consumer goods in order to foster transparency, circularity, and new forms of responsible production and consumption. Next project by the creator of ERC20 and ERC725, which I believe are the collectibles, right? A network dedicated to moving blockchain beyond decentralized finance. Again, you know what exchanges that's on. Polkadot, I will say, to end this video real quick. Again, I posted both of these to Patreon. There's like 8 or 9 other digital assets. I personally have my long-term bags packed. If I see news about Ripple and XRP, I will certainly post it. But I'm not going to tie everything in from a dot connecting standpoint to Ripple and XRP anymore. I will make those connections if they are there. But I discovered that with that SORA project that went up 200 times as far as valuations were concerned. I was too busy focusing in on that instead of zooming out because I knew how big that freaking project was, and I missed that boat. And I do not plan on missing boats anymore. I will say this in closing. If you guys like this, let me know. If you don't, fine, that's great. But I'm always going to be real and transparent with you guys. I mean, I'm looking for other things that I can make money on, and I'm sharing them with everybody else because I want us all to do well in this space. But I believe that Polkadot, I've held Polkadot for like months now, like months before they did like the reallocation of tokens. But based on some of the things that I've seen over the past weekend, there are like a ton of projects that are interfacing or partnered with this Polkadot ecosystem. So I think that I may focus on more of those here with over the upcoming week and see what's really tied in with that. I think that it's going to be big. It has a potential to be big at least. Last but not least, SEC Chair Jay Clayton to exit, giving Biden early chance to name key regulator. So the head of the Securities and Exchange Commission is stepping down early. I think he was supposed to step down in June. He's saying that he could potentially step down before the end of the year. And personally, I could care less because we have had no clarity as far as digital assets are concerned in the United States. And quite frankly, I'm sick of it. So if you guys like this video, thank you. If not, sorry. But, I'll continue posting news. If there is additional news tomorrow, I will certainly post it. And hopefully we get some news about XRP and Ripple as well. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed and have a good evening. Later.